where you, my dear friends, can spend decades in making mistakes and gathering experiences. My friends can choose only a few minutes to understand the essence of it all. Imagine carrying 40 years of life lessons, triumphs. My dear friends can cheer destinies and then distilling it down into just 40 minutes. It sounds almost impossible. It has to come to a moment where you, my dear friends, can choose this in at least 40 years, can completely change the way you think. My dear friends, success and even the way you define success and happiness. For the longest time, I believed that wisdom came with age. Way my dear friends can choose the moment by knowledge and understanding accumulate like coins dropping into a jar. Knowledge alone, you my dear friends, can choose the ability isn't wisdom to see patterns, to connect the dots between your experiences. That is the moment where you, my dear friends, can choose to attend every seminar and learn every theory. All to the fact of when where you, my dear friends, can choose your destiny and they remain just ideas on paper. And dear friends, can choose how to silhouette is incredibly under how much you plan. No matter how much you plan, all my dear friends can choose your strategy or chasing circumstances will change often. And when a dear friend, everything seems your death set, the career way you might relay things sit. Where you all my dear friends can choose your curveballs I didn't expect, losing opportunities, facing health scares. Dear friends can choose humility, and that test impacts taught me that flexibilities are far more valuable than rigid planning. All to come to a moment where you, my dear friend, it's about controlling your reaction, yet mindset and your focus. Is the led as the can choose the importance of people. Relationships shape our lives in ways we often overlook. The colleagues who support us. All to come with a moment where you, my dear friend, the family members who frustrate us, they all contribute to our growth. This is key, and you, my friends, to share that not every relationship deserves the same level of energy. Some people lift you. I'll come to a moment where you, my dear friends, and you identify the difference. The scene you can invest your time and energy wisely. All your time when you, my dear friends, can choose your aspire challenge, and so don't be afraid to step away from those who pull you down. Only dear friends can choose you and teach in a worldly time upset with speed and instant gratification, learning to wait, to observe. This is the plan, dear friends, can choose the results is rare but powerful. I used to rush in projects, relationships, and even personal goals. Over the years, as I realized this, I realized in value, trust, skills, insight, require time. I feel like that my friends can to choose and who plant seeds and align to lighting rather than forcing immediate results. Where my dear friends, for decades, fear failure, I avoided risks. I'll come to a moment where you, my dear friend, saves can choose the smart choice, yet the most transcendent lessons came from the moments I stumbled and fell. I took fairly into a moment where you, my dear friend, say, choose your path in ways success never could. All to them mowing you, my dears, them, praise them, embrace them, fun, and use them as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. All to hands and a moment where you, my dear friends, can future win to see it. But it is how important it is to know yourself. In the early years, I chased goals that society deemed important. My dear friends can choose recognition, approval. But over time, I realized that fulfillment doesn't come from external validation. All you, my dear friends, can choose your understanding who you are, what you and what generally makes you feel alive. Can choose your destiny to make choices that align with your authentic self rather than a version that others expect. At the lay of paying attention to it, changing time is perhaps the most resource, yet it's the easiest to waste. For decades, all to come to know you, my dear friends, can choose your destinies, trivial arguments, and meaningless routines. Now, 10 friends can choose your destinable asset. Every moment is an opportunity to learn, connect, create, or grow. My dear friends, it can choose, and our time gives life a sense of urgency, purpose, and meaning. Latento moment where you, my dear friends, sleep. And to chew also learn that health is foundational. Now, dear friends, can chew to cess, and that is if your body and mind not well. I spent years ignoring sleep, proper nutrition.
My dear friends, can chew to catch up later. But chronic fatigue is stress?
Realize your future that you has that maintaining mental health is not optional, it's essential. Exercise.
Not and dear friends can choose your destinies. They are investments that pay lifelong dividends.
All to come to moment you, my dear friends. Decades to truly appreciate. I focused on what I lacked, what went wrong. My dear friends can choose you to constant dissatisfaction, but learning to acknowledge the good, even in small doses, where you, my dear friends, can choose your destiny. Challenge it turns ordinary moments into pleasures, into lessons, and relationships into treasures. My dear friends, taking attitude can shift your entire mindset and emotional well-being. My dear friends, can choose your destiny. For 40 years I hated chatting, afraid of the unknown. Where you, my dear friends, can choose your destiny opportunities. This action creates momentum. Better than at the clock, my dear friends, it achieves you, and moves you closer to your goals. And where pain can choose to lead where it comes. Start now, adjust along the way, and trust that progress will follow. Where you, my dear friend, can choose here to cover later in life. We tend to think that they are careers, our relationships, our goals. I can choose your destiny, stripping away the unnecessary. Focus on goal, what doesn't, and embrace clarity. Can you come to a moment where you, my dear friends, has indecent energy on why simplicity's peace, efficiency, and focus. My dear friends, you choose to see the essentials and act with purpose. Generosity, too, is powerful. I learned that sharing knowledge. All that you're too high, my dear sis, doesn't diminish you, it amplifies you. And them on, my dear friends, can chase your decks that often return unexpected of giving, of supporting someone else's growth. Let to come to moment, my dear friends, lest you did to know what's material gain. True legacies are there to keep, but on what you give. But you, my dear friends, can choose your destiny, but it doesn't have to control you. When they fear dictate my decisions. Machines or dreams are taking risks. Over time, it's seeing the absence of trigger death fear. It's a taking action absence state. Fear is natural. It signals that something matters. When you, dear friends, can choose your destiny, you grow stronger and more confident and more capable of achieving things you once thought impossible. When I come to a moment where you, my dear friends, I'm still 40 years, I'm still discovering new insights and new ways to grow. All to come to a moment where you, my dear friend, can choose your destiny, and the moment you think it out is the moment you stop learning. Can choose knowledge, curiosity fuels growth, and an open mind keeps you young, adaptable, and resilient. Finally, Molly, my dear friends, can choose dating that is more than success. Early in life, I chased tights, money, and recognition. My dear friends, can choose it. But fulfillment comes from purpose, contribution, and alignment with your values. Can choose him a moment where you, without success, feels rich. When you find purpose in what you do, every challenge, setback, and as a continent moment where you, my dear friend, is in the yes, distilled in minutes doesn't cover every lesson. The way you is unpredictable, time is precious, relationships are everything. Growth comes from mistakes. My dear friends, duty transforms, and action obesity clarifies, generosity enriches, fear teaches. My dear friends, can choose your destiny. They are guiding finds happiness. These and just they are guiding principles that, if embraced. My dear friends can choose your destiny today. You don't need 40 years, sir, so you can apply these lessons now. Begin by reflecting, observing. Notice how your reactions. Notice how your reactions change, how your priorities shift, and how your sense of fulfillment grows.
My dear friends, can choose accumulating mistakes or accumulating possessions and understanding connection and impact. Every decision and I come to the moment where my dear friends can choose an opportunity to look back decades from now like I did. Come to a moment where you, my dear friend, that you invest can choose in understanding. Any friends can choose matter more than any external achievement.
Good moment, my dear friend, to start a decade to be that your deaths of more intentional, meaningful, and fulfilling living. So, when you, my dear friends, continue to apply it and watch it can choose from journey like Dustin doesn't give us a manual, but wisdom.
All to a moment, you, my dear friends, fans, can chew that says one. It's not just about surviving, thriving, loving, contributing.
Where you, my dear friends, can choose your destiny in 40 years of experience, Sundays in 14 minutes?
But gone too long, why you, I haven't live it every single day.